The good ride, because pros can ride anything. We can't. So this is the good ride review of the Pencil 164. I've been waiting for this. After riding the Pencil Plus last year, I really wanted to see what this like damper, heavier, meaner version is like. We rode this with Union Atlas, Union Strata, and Union Falcors, Adidas Tactical ADV. And to give you a quick summary, this is just kind of like their flagship front foot super carver. It's the most fun to carve on off the front foot, and it bombs. It's just like, you wouldn't think these specs would work with a size 9 boot and a size 11 boot, but yet we both had the same experience. I don't know how they did it. This just really shines in a couple things.
Yeah.
And it just shines so brightly. It's so fun. It just, every time I got on this, I was like, yes. In terms of flex, look at this thing. It's pretty stiff. It's not super stiff, but it's definitely on the stiff side of medium stiff. It's got lots of pop. You can butter off the tail a little bit, but it's not like
the dart, you know.
Not like the dart,
flexes, but
or even the
tranny
finder. Yeah, even the stealth to a certain extent. When you talk about like the camber profile and the on snow feel, it felt, out of all these boards, it felt maybe closest to the dart.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, which is really weird. I wouldn't think that, but the dart felt just like a shorter swallowtailed pencil. And they both have this amazing, if you like quick jamming turns and you want a little shorter, you like that swallowtail, you want to ride powder like this, it's the dart. If you want bigger, more powerful, more drivey, more down the line, big powerful carves, this is the one. If you want to get a little more circle carvy, you probably want the dart, you know.
Tight trees, I would probably still take the dart, but this is amazing. I mean,
God. This just, I felt like a better rider when I got on this. I felt like I just was my turns, it felt like it was helping me figure out what I wanted to do next easier. It was setting me up for that next turn. Just had that cool drive. Yeah. And it's just got this really amazing personality that just makes me smile when I think about it. But it's catchy, it's directional, it's mostly camber, it's not for your average rider.
It's not for skidding turns at all.
No, you need to know, advanced expert, you need to know what the fuck you're doing. Edge hold, this is just a great board when it comes to edge hold. They do so much more than you would think for a non-disrupted side cut. Yes, I was comparing it against some other boards that had some, you know, a little wave or little indention, little this, little that. They did better, but this was really good, and I was surprised at how well it held in what little hard snow we had. Turn initiation, quick for a 64.
Really quick.
Quick for the width. Look at this, like sizing wise, it's like fits my 9, and look at all that space before the edge. Fits your 11. You know, even a look down at the tail here, there's just so much space. You know,
I like that. I like being able to get my body weight way over the edge, so you can, you know, try to yearn for turning.
Yes, I get it now. The first time I rode the Pencil Plus, I was like, this is chattery, this is bucky, and I was trying to carve off my back foot, and then I started to figure it out right before I kind of had to send the board back. But I got out off that front foot and the board just came alive and drove out of the turn so much better. It was a learning experience. If you're a back foot carver, you're not gonna like this. This is gonna wash on you. It's gonna act weird. But if you just set it up, posy,
change your style.
You've got to change up a little bit.
Which both of us have had to do, and over time. And it's you know, way better.
Oh my God! It's not like I'm getting rid of riding duck or riding zero. Yeah, I'm still riding all different kinds of ways. But like, to change your stance up for this board is so rewarding. And all of a sudden you're just making these, like, you know when you surf and you drop in and you bottom turn to try to go down the line and you kind of drive hard off that front foot? That's what carving is like with this. If you like a back foot carver, then you want the Stealth. That is more like when you're hitting the lip, you know, you're on that back foot when you're surfing. That's what the Stealth is like when you're carving. This is more like a bottom turn, and that's more like an off the lip. But when you get into powder, you don't need to be posy. You can set this back and it's so slashy and floaty. I rode this slightly ducked, like -3 and like 21, and it was just so fun in powder that way. And then when I got to the groomer days, setting it up, I think we set it up a bunch of different ways, like +9, right 27, and this today it was 21.6, +6, and it just drives out of the turn. It's just such a fun board to turn. Just, you know, it just likes posies. This carves almost like better than a lot of full camber boards, and better than almost any hybrid shape I've ridden with this much early rise. And this board has speed to it. It's the fastest board of all these. Just getting like this, and it just wants to go like this, you know? It just loves to bomb. You would think all this taper would make it squirrely, but it is very, very comfortable. Uneven terrain, it can just fucking power over uneven snow.
Super damp.
It can weave in and out of snow. Yeah, I'd rather be on the Dart and weave in and out of bumps. But this 64 rides smaller on groomers. It's more manageable and you can handle it, but it rides really big in powder. Powder, check the Drunken Powder review below. We really get into detail here. The Dart's a little more back on the tail. The Dart rides a little more like this. This rides a little more like this. And man, it just keeps its speed a little better than the Dart. The Pencil Plus would be amazing in powder because it's got that faster base, but
it's light.
And it's light, but you only want it in perfect powder. If you're gonna ride some perfect powder in the morning, but then you're gonna see all kinds of powder all day, and by the end it's gonna get messy and shitty, much rather be on this.
Yeah.
The Pencil Plus will just like, if it's anything like the Tranny Finder Plus in powder versus the Tranny Finder, it's gonna buck around. I didn't get to have the Pencil Plus the same time as the Pencil, but just memory, because I spent a lot of time on it, this is the one I'd rather be on.
You can straight line it and when you just want to get back to the lift and get back to wherever the good stuff's at. You can straight line through bumpy snow on this, and it's not that painful.
No, and I was in tits deep powder with Peter, as you can see from the powder take. This was almost there with some of our favorite true dedicated powder boards. So
non-cambered powder boards.
Just
right?
No, our favorite powder boards of all time.
Yeah. This
was almost there with them. They definitely had a little bit more, but hey, when I put those powder boards away, I'm still on this in groomers.
Yeah.
I've never seen a board carve so hard and float so well in powder. Usually there's a trade-off there. Overall, it's a little bit specialized, but for what it does in powder and what it does on a front foot carve, I think a lot of people could really just be amazed with this. You know? If you're a back foot carver, yeah, go Stealth. If you want something smaller, a little more manageable, you want the Dart. Tranny Finder's a little like, it felt like the least similar in any way. It's hard to even kind of reference the two. This is just so different, you know? But this is off the tail enough, not as far back on the tail as the Dart, but it's just, oh man, it's just, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of going out on like a 7.0 in some head high and a half to like overhead barreling waves.
Just stable,
yeah,
reliable, confidence inspiring.
Yeah, it really is. The first time I rode the Pencil Plus, I wasn't that sure about it, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. And as I learned about how to, like, what this board wants and what it needs, I started to like the Pencil Plus. Then I fucking love the Pencil. I mean, if I had the Pencil Plus now, I'd like that probably more than I did in the past. But man, this Pencil is is a plus for me.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It won't be for everybody, but the few that have it are gonna fucking love it. If they made a pencil plus split, I'd want that probably. You know, they only make a pencil split.
Get one.
If I was gonna get a split, yeah, no thank you. If I was gonna get a split, I'd get the pencil from Korua. If I was getting a split from Korua, I just think I'm cool with the heavier weight and the slower base than the plus. But if they have a pencil plus split, hope you guys do someday, that would be the board I'd want to have.
I'll just get the pencil plus on its own. It's lightweight. I don't need a split. And I'll just carry it up the mountain.
You'll just buck around the mountain.
Yeah.
Because you got that faster glide, and that'll be your, like, an amazing powder board too. So there you have it.